Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, good evening, Patriots. We've made another week. We are on Friday evening. It's the March the 14th, and this year's ripping away, isn't it? Before we know it, daylight savings will be over. We'll be heading into the colder months, into fall, and yeah, seeing what it brings and see if anything's changed. Guys, there's a big blackout in South Australia today. Old mate BJ got straight on to let me know 30K plus people affected. Okay, now, what they're saying, the power companies are saying the pollution build-up, salt build-up, and dust on insulators is the issue. Old man BJ, old mate, he's saying, well, my town 25 years ago, built alongside a salt lake that never had this issue ever. And then he goes on to say, and I would totally agree with him, I think it's a build-up of aluminium, and he didn't put the rest in, but bronzium, strontium, etc., in chemtrails settling on towers cause electrical shortages. As for salt and dust, no way, big cover-up. So, but yeah, very smart thinking, and that would be, guys, you start and put them sorts of metals around transformers and that, anything can happen, all right? Anything can happen. Highly reactive, so, especially when they're together. All right, we got the anyone living in southeast Queensland, bad news again, guys. They're going to triple the flood cover on your insurance, triple it. So they're not mucking around. They know they got more water to come because they need 15-minute cities. Okay, another one, the smart meters that I've mentioned. Now, I got an email in off a I won't say his last name. I don't want him to get harassed, but Kevin gave me an email, ex-policeman, very smart gentleman, and he kept going back at him, guys, and telling him he didn't want. I could put out a bit of his email actually on the website without his details, etc., of how he went back. And I'll tell you, they pushed him to get it, but he's held them off. So we can hold them off. All right. It's only a matter of rejecting because of the unqualified testing that has not yet been done on the smart meters and the Wi-Fi, etc., that they're putting out. All right. So there is a way to be fighting it, and there is a way to be beating it, guys, at this present time. But I'm telling you, they're going to be pushing it for 2030. That's what they're going to do. Still no power, Dave. There's 11 hours, 38 degrees. Well, imagine if you had 3 freezers full of food out there, guys. You know, far out, really. Anyway, okay. Before we bring in our guests, because we've got a few guests here tonight, and I'm on my own, guys. So,
oh, hello.
Oh, well, Mel's here in the background, but she's got problems with her machine, so we'll see how we go there. Albanese confirms he had attended a political fundraiser on the same day as Dutton amid Alfred preparation. So, again, guys, I just want to show you, these guys do not care about you. All right, the only thing that they care about is them. All right, their money, their egos, all right, their control. They're just a bunch of mugs. So let's bring some people in here and get this show cracking. G'day, Frank. And then we've got Steve Carter and Bell's down the bottom down there. And yeah, these three are doing the damage, or some of the damage. There's other people involved. Sorry, not meant to leave everyone out, but yeah, these three here are the main instigators to be under, you know, a bit of damage on the Central Coast. Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, introduce your guests, Frank. Who have you got? Introduce Steve and Bells.
Okay, well, you know, for those who don't know, there's Belinda Repton, and we've got Steve Carter. And now, you guys probably saw the footage last week, Dave, where Belinda and Steve and Dougie decided to take on our local members as plus go to the police station to get the event number for the witness statement. And they were the ones that was well, basically it was Belinda and Steve that were successfully in getting that number. And and then we've been causing havoc everywhere else. We've been going to the local, went to Erina Leagues Club on Sunday, where we had all our local members, and we just thrashed them, mate. They were actually so scared to talk to us that they had to be escorted out by the cops. And then on the weekends, on Mondays at Maggie's as well.
Yep.
Mondays at Maggie's. We were walking over to Mondays at Maggie's, and apparently there was these kids from, you know, one of the high-ranking schools who was they were doing a parade at Parliament House, and Margaret Beasley was supposed to address this school. And I actually read out the witness, you know, the instruction, and she shit herself. She didn't come out, mate. So the band played for about a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and then they just stopped. It was all over. And
Frank, let me in for a minute, because I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi. It could be ours, but you're breaking up. Let's just bring Steve and that in for a minute.
Yeah.
So, Steve, welcome to the show. Let's just see if they're breaking up, Frank, and before I bring anything in or do anything. So, Steve, how are you, mate? And how are you going up there? Now, I can tell you something. Dougie rang me yesterday, or maybe even this morning, guys. I get a few phone calls. Pretty busy, actually. But now Dougie rang me, and he went into one of the cop shops, and they couldn't give him the event number. They acted like the event number was not there. You know, they couldn't find the event number. So we're going to get some fun and games here, guys. All right, they're going to play games with us. So, Steve, did you know about that the event number may be just being hidden a little bit?
Well, the event number, I rang up yesterday and followed it up again. So I sent them a text message originally. They sent me a text, and it said the event number E83 783 281 821. And I followed up. I sent them a message back saying, what's the next process? And I didn't get a receive. So I rang them again yesterday. The young chap, his name, do I mention his name?
No.
Anyway, lovely young cop. He's about 30 to 35. He virtually turned around. He's on holidays, or not on holidays. He's away for 6 days. So I rang the lady. I said, can I speak to him, or when's he coming back? And she said, look, he could be between 4 and 6 days. They do 4 days on, 6 days off. And after that, I said, well, when's he come back? And she said, I can't give you that information. So I said, right, so I'll have to ring it. You know, I'll ring every 4 days, or I'll ring every day to see when he comes back. So he's not back yet. So whether they're playing games and whether they're hiding him, whatever. So, you know.
Or whether he's on extended leave, possibly, because they do that too, Guru.
Yeah, they'll put them on extended leave, make them take it. Yeah, they will, Belinda. Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. If they,
Possibly.
But the main thing is the event number's there. If you ring up, anybody has an injury, anybody, you can send them an email. and you can put through injuries or family members or someone that suddenly died. You can put all that information through to them. So if you quote the event number, you can then email information to them. So it's a matter of us. Hopefully next week I'll get to see him. So probably Monday, Tuesday, Boston Police Station.
We're going to keep the pressure on them, and we're updating the floor. And on the next round of flyers, if anyone wants to put their hand up and chuck in some money, the next round of flyers are going to have, if you or your loved one are harmed, let them know we all know about it. That's what we got to do. Flood the cop shops. They can't hide it if people start going in there saying, my mum died, my sister died. I've just watched this statement, witness statement. I now know it's the jabs and the government did it. And the media. On the media, we met with ABC the other night at council, didn't we, Frank?
You did?
Yeah.
She's not answering her phone either. So guess what? We're going on radio on Tuesday, and we're going to talk about the witness statement.
Good on you.
And we know if ABC don't report on it, we're going to get it out to about 30,000 people on FM radio. That's what we're going to do.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Booked in.
Excellent, guys. Excellent. Yeah, go, Frank.
Go, Frank.
Hey, Steve, how about you explain how we actually got the event number? So what tactic did you use to get that number to the copper?
Mate. The main thing, what did we say? We went in, spoke to that. They normally put a lady or a social worker first, and then I said straight up, I said, can I speak to the commander or the chief of the station? And she said, no, he's away. So anyway, I said, we want to report a crime. So she sent a young guy out. The main thing that I believe got it over the line, I simply said, I said, if I produced a vaccine, and I said, if there was people out there in the street and I gave this vaccine to somebody, and if they had a heart attack or if they fell over and died, I said, what's that classed as in today's terms? And the young guy said behind the counter with the cameras on him, he said that would be murder. So they were the words that came out of his mouth. So that was virtually the clinch for me, The other thing I mentioned to him, I brought up, I did mention, I said, obviously there's different degrees of, you got your sheriffs, you got your constables, you got, your senior inspectors, whatever. I said, at the end of the day, the law is the law. It's all based on do no harm. And I said, if you have your bosses aren't protecting the people. I said, you guys, as the younger establishment, you've got to come together and virtually oust your bosses because no one's above the law. So they were the two main things. So, and one other thing was virtually, I showed him the crown. I said the AFP have changed their crown from the King Edward Catholic crown to the Imperial People crown. New South Wales Police have changed theirs. Tasmania have changed theirs, and also Northern Territory. So you virtually got 4 states and territories out of the other. There's 8 altogether. You got halfway. We're halfway there, and the King Edward's virtually is only 4 states left that share the King Edward crown. So they were the 3 main things.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Damage.
Yeah. No, this is what we wanted, guys, and it's been a combined effort, all right? This is how we work. Someone produced it, we got hold of it, we've taken it out and put it out there and, exposed it. And, now we're seeing rewards. But, we are going to see these guys trying to hide this, all right? So we need to, again, keep the pressure on, keep going at them. But I've got a couple of clips here, Frank. Yeah.
Want me to play one?
Oh, yeah, I don't know which ones.
No, I'll play Franco number 1. Here we go.
We finally got the number. We finally got the investigation. This is right now. The country's going through democide. So everything Frank's saying is true. The doctors. You need this because this is an event number for the democide against the Australian people, allowing the United States.
I was talking to this gentleman and you interrupted us.
So you've actually dragged him out here. He's actually just spoken up as a rubbish king in front of that crowd. And you should have let him speak.
That's all right.
You know that.
That's right. Speak.
Like I said, just that we need to keep it simple. I appreciate that. You know what I'm talking about. These guys keep relentlessly putting their head in the sand, pretending there's nothing here. Here's a problem. But there's a massive problem. We've got a nation that's not fucking well, brother. I mean, those
Right, Frank, tell me what did you get the feeling back off that guy? You know, like let's get some insight. You know, that was a personal chat there. So what went on, bro?
You know, when you always go for body language, Dave, and I can tell you now, he knows and he knew everything I was talking about because I sold him. I said, mate, you hear those taxi? I said, well, the Vaxi taxi, but I said, those Ambos, mate, they don't get arrested anymore, do they? And he nodded, so he was in agreement with it. I said, look, we can't keep it, and that's what I said to him. We can't keep our head in the sand. And you guys now have a duty of care to the general public. So, you know, you're going to have to make a decision sooner or later. Now, he's one of the bigger, the honchos, Dave, you know, so, but I think he knew, you know, like the fact that he shook my hand and the whole thing, he knew, because what actually happened was I stood up in the middle and told them what I really thought. And they knew that they had no grounds to remove me out of that. And then, you know, he pulled me aside and said, can we have a chat? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And he just asked me, look, you know, can we sort of keep it down so we don't get, you know, so we can get this thing, you know, moving along? And I said, yeah, that's fine. But I wasn't going to be there to give him any rest whatsoever. So I was happy to weigh it out, mate, until they came out. And I hammered them each time. Each one of that came out, I didn't relent, you know. And you've got to put the pressure on them, Dave. You really do.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, Frank. Yeah, no, well done, mate. It's that's how we got to be able to do it, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to show a couple of these clips just to show people and give people the confidence to be able to go out and do this. You know, we need people doing this. New South Wales got their number. We've won the state origin already, guys. But you know, there's a chance to come in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You know, who knows what you'll get? Yeah, well, you know, we've already got the big prize. Ours is, you know, we don't want a prize because we've already won. You know, we're cool. We just hand out the information. But yeah, maybe there's a T-shirt or something in it for somebody. Who knows? What's the next one? We got another one there, Mel?
He knows.
Oh, they all know, mate. The writing's on the wall now. They got a crime number.
He got his documents the other day.
Oh, we have quite a few.
We're the new government, mate. We are the new government. So these guys are on the outer, and we got to step in.
Oh, he's backdooring it, Gordon. Gordon backdooring it. What a weak piece, dogs.
Right. So that would have been at a council meeting, Frank, I'd imagine, yeah?
No, mate, that was at the Leagues Club.
Okay.
Go on, Belinda.
That was the crime meeting. So we found out they were having a domestic violence and anti-crime meeting. And we found out all these politicians, you know, state, federal, local government, the Yasmin, what's her name?
Catley.
Catley, who's anti-terrorism police.
She's a police minister, anti-terrorism unit.
She ran out of there like you wouldn't believe. As soon as they
she's all right when she's got 20 cops, so they come down and arrested me from the anti-terrorism squad. They get 20 cops, you know, they're pretty tough. Maybe she's on her own.
Well, she walked out and we went after her, and then the little Gordon Reed's little associate saw Frank, and next minute she was escorted out by like 2 police, and she ran. She ran. She was not comfortable.
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to show you, people. Just average people, but they're in there. They're having a go. You know what I mean? They're kicking the doors down. We got to be doing this in every community around Australia, guys. All right. I'm telling you, this is coming at you hard, people. Very, very hard. All right. You need to make a decision, and you need to get on board now and start reacting like these people are reacting. Okay. Which is not reacting panic or fear. Okay. Reacting the truth that you know what you are delivering and speaking about is the honest truth. Okay. And that gets you there.
Stand in your truth, mate. I mean, I was going to say on the council meeting, Frank and Belinda agree. Like the councillors' faces have totally changed. In the last 2 meetings, they are looking so guilty, and they're pale. And the other day at the Central Coast, they only had 4 executives on the board, so they normally have about 8. You know, you have your 12 councillors and you have 8 on the board. There was only 4 there this week, and the what's his name, Jamie, anyway.
Kyle McGregor. Kyle McGregor was right up him about transparency. So
calling them out. So
calling them out, and the executive looked very guilty. They look like, oh, we're in the shit now, because we've got 9 councillors that are going to unravel the shit we've done. They ripped us off over $600 million and had the audacity to say, oh, you're stakeholders. We're going to take loans to pay it back, and you're going to have to pay more rates. Get stuffed.
No.
No, get stuffed. They don't even have authority. We've had 2 referendums on it. Invalid. Everyone, stop paying rates. Just stop paying your rates.
Section 114 of our Constitution. The states cannot raise taxes, nor the Commonwealth. And it's very simple. No stamp duty, no rates. So I'm just going to show to Dave and Frank, we're virtually on the 28th of July, 2021. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, you won't see. I reported a crime to the Australian Federal Police, so anybody can get on the AFP site. We know they're foreign, but it has a section, Commonwealth report of Commonwealth crime. So I reported on the 28th of July, 2021. Yes, I'm reporting a Commonwealth crime, reporting that the coronavirus, COVID-19, as a national crime of emergency. Hundreds of thousands of doctors worldwide have declared that it's no more than a new strain of the flu, easily treated with ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, quercetin, selenium. I wrote, reporting that the vaccine deaths from an experimental vaccine that has not been proven for its safety must be stopped immediately. Currently on your own TGA Therapeutics good website, COVID-19 Vaccine Weekly Report on the 22nd of the 7th, 21. They are claiming 399 deaths shortly after vaccine, only 6 supposedly related to the vaccines. I wrote, I call complete and utter bullshit on this. This needs instant investigation. Let's get extremely serious about this. 6 deaths are too many from any form of medicine. The 399 need urgent investigation now. The rollout of the vaccine needs to be halted now. Yes, I'm using capital letters as an indication of how serious this matter is. I have run through to the Crime Stoppers and reported this as a national crime. They passed me through to the AFP, which I reported on the telephone. The investigation should have already started. There is a so-called Prime Minister, lying politician, who was advising and coercing people to be immunised by this experimental vaccine. The TGA website clearly states in writing, large-scale vaccination means that coincidentally some after vaccination, some deaths and illnesses, some people will die shortly after. TGA reviews all deaths of vaccination. Anyway, please investigate now. So I reported that on the 28th of July 21.
So now all those people that have been injured and have died, which we know lots of them, since 21, whose fault's that? Is that the AFP? Whose fault's that? Because now we know we've got 100% guarantee. We know what they've done. I reckon that's the AFP. I reckon they're in the shit.
Well, this is virtually what the New South Wales Police are trying to, obviously, I've got a recording here of the chief boss of Gosford, and he virtually has said, look, it's beyond my scope, and he said, you've got to go obviously higher. Well, I said, we've been the Australian Federal Police, we've been other places, and no one's investigating it. So, as you know, we know they're shuffling it around, so, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Number 3.
Another clip. I'll have a quick look.
It's very safe, it's culturally inclusive, it's an open door policy. Any young person, any parent, any auntie, uncle, grandma, and what's grandma's coming, we're welcome into this space.
Well done, mate.
It's a model that if you've got a full hub, it's 5 caseworkers, intensive support workers.
The UE is the sentence.
And a whole range of activities that are targeted.
All right, what was that one, boys?
I think we're just waiting, Dave, for the for Gordon to come out. Gordon's our local member, and I've already.
So you're actually hanging around to cut him off at the pass. So this is what I want. I want people to understand what you guys are doing out there. You're using tactics. You aren't scared.
Here we go.
No.
You can't get them. You'll trip them in. Right, let's go.
There's a witness statement number here.
There's a crime here, mate, and you're not doing your
job. You're not doing your job at all.
You're protecting the champ.
You're protecting us.
Do your job on the vaccine injuries and deaths.
We've got an event number now.
See you in prison, Yasmin.
Chasing them down. Exactly what we want to do, guys. Brilliant.
They're walking out of the building.
They're running like rats. Rats. They're scared rats, mate.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Look, we've got a lot on this weekend. Hang on a minute, Belinda. I'll bring you straight in. I'm going to whack the brochures in, the pamphlets, guys, for this weekend, the flyers. Let's just have a look at them, and then we'll come back in together. And, yeah, the whole show's about trying to get you people motivated by what these three people here and a couple others have been doing. You know, they're the ones that have got you your event number. This crowd here, guys, all right? You can do it too. You can. Righto, let's go.
And the Mondays at Maggie's crew is calling for tools down. It's time to stand together. A corrupt and tyrannical government is crushing industries, stripping freedoms and silencing voices. This affects every worker and every business. New South Wales under a corrupt government. Enough is enough. We won't stay silent and we demand action. So join us every Monday at the Governor's House in Sydney at 11 a.m. The 832 muster will be at Deniliquin, New South Wales, 28th to the 31st of March. And a reminder to contact the offices of Chris Minns, Ryan Park and Paul Scully. They are invited to come on the show Stop the Rot, Sack the Lot and have a debate with Dave. And the people from Protect Our Australian Heritage have been meeting at the Captain Cook statue in Hyde Park. They will be doing it again on Saturday the 22nd of February at 4 p.m. It will be a 5-day hearing commencing on the 17th of March at Wodonga Courthouse. Eric is charged with assaulting a police officer that as they drove onto his property, knocking down his wife, running her over and resulting in a broken pelvis. And there will be a Freedom Barbecue at 12 noon on Saturday the 15th of March at Ewan Park Barbecue Area, Tennant Parade, Hurlston Park. And My Place Wollongong invites you to a community meeting Saturday the 29th of March, 12 p.m, Brighton Beach, North Wollongong Harbour. Come along and meet Robin and Guru. And Dr. Joanne Howe is calling for a rally against the evil abortion bill. This will be on Wednesday, the 19th of March at 5 p.m. sharp at the New South Wales Parliament, Macquarie Street. And in Victoria, we have the following events. In Melbourne, gather at the Governor's every Saturday to end the tyranny. 10 a.m. every Saturday at the Governor Gates. And join the Justice of the People in Melbourne every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. for a remembrance at the Shrine of Remembrance, lest we forget. In Canberra, every day for over 1,000 days, the freedom fighters have been protesting at the Governor-General's. To join in, meet at the National Rock Garden at 10 a.m. to expose the 28, or tune in on YouTube at #ExposeThe28. And Dan Tilda's Designs, who offer handmade t-shirts and custom designs, have $10 for one, $15 for two, $18 for three, plus postage. So head over to Dan Tilda's Designs on Facebook and say no to the view tax. Join the protest march on Tuesday the 18th of March at 10 a.m. Meet at Surfers Paradise Beach opposite Montmartre Cafe, corner of the Esplanade and Elkhorn Avenue. Bring placards and banners. We march to Hota Council Chambers. And there will be a free screening of Witness Statement on the 20th of March 2025 at Emerge Church, 1 Kopararu Road, Warner, Queensland. Arrive at 5:30 for a 6 p.m. film start, 7:30 p.m. interval, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. second half. Refreshments are available. There will be cash donations accepted at the door and it's free to book tickets. A daily prayer space is held on X at 3 p.m. So whatever you're facing, come along and we can lift you up in prayer. Every day, 3 p.m. on X. Melissa 146233923.
Yeah, it is a blood moon tonight, guys. Plenty of events on over the weekend, so get out and get to them. But yeah, 7:13, we've sort of missed it. But if you run outside now, look to the east, you should be able to see something out there. Righto, before we went to the break, Belinda, you were going to come in with something, darling?
Oh, shit, I forgot what I was going to say.
Got you, didn't I? Hey?
Been a long week.
Okay, all right.
I remember. I want to put a big shout out to Craig Vine for organising the flyers, legend. And I want to put a big call out to Dougie, who has been working through the night to distribute these witness statements all over the Central Coast. And he just rang me again and said, "Sister, I want a box." He wants another 5,000.
Way to go.
Doug has now got a crew forming up on the Central Coast. He's got volunteers. We're going to flood the place with these, and we're dropping off a box for Goulburn tomorrow at the barbecue at Rocco's Barbecue. So we're getting them out.
We're getting them out, guys. This is what it's about. Who's not involved? I hope you're feeling terrible when you go to bed tonight. You haven't got organised and got involved. All right, come on, guys. We got to go. All right, punters politics. Let's have a look at punters politics, guys.
Here's my 60 seconds on punters politics, because I get tagged in his stuff every single day, and I appreciate all of you guys that tag me in there. I really do. But let me tell you what punters politics is. Punters is a shill for government cash. He wants more money from the government. And I respect the fact that he has identified that teachers and workers and almost everyone in the country, except for the companies that pull the resources out of the ground, pay lots of fucking tax to our government. Our government is a junkie for cash. And so they are taking money from you left, right and centre. The problem with punters, though, is that he's got it all mixed up. The solution to this problem is actually really, really simple. Your government doesn't need more money to waste on shit. So they're going to have this argument backwards and forwards about Dutton wastes money on this and Albo wastes money on that and Labor are better with money or the LNP are better at managing the economy. All of that is bullshit because you're stuck in the middle getting screwed constantly by both sides, like at each end, mouth and butt. Like at each end, you're getting screwed. The solution here is for Australians to have free resources. And so I get called a shill for the gas companies or the petroleum companies saying, oh, you just don't want them to pay their fair share. And I say, fuck them, right? What I want is I want you to get a better deal. And the way we get a better deal for you is free gas for all Australians. Free gas. Free gas. Read my lips. Free gas for all Australians. If you want to pull gas out of the ground in Australia, then you must provide free gas for all Australian citizens. Not royalties for the government. Fuck that. We don't want the government to have any more money. They don't deserve any more money. These managers of our economy have done such a terrible job that they deserve to get none of your money ever again. None of it. What I want to see is resources for Australians. So, if you want to mine gas or frack gas or drill gas in Australia, then you must provide a percentage of that gas to me, to you, to your fellow Australians, to everyone in the neighbourhood. Free bloody gas. Now, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, but logistically that'd be hard, or how would that'd be difficult. That's not our problem. That's their problem. If they want to take the gas out, they've got to give you the free gas. If you go to Saudi Arabia, you're not paying $2 a litre for petrol. Oh, no. If you go to any one of these major oil-producing countries, you're paying about 20 to 40 cents a litre, right? Because they subsidise it for their own citizens. But in Australia, you pay the highest rates of tax in the Western world. And not only that, but you don't get any money from your resources because your government takes all the cash and they spend it on dog shit. So I say this to punters politics, and he won't debate me on it because he's too scared and he won't do it. There's just zero chance that he will debate me on this idea at all. There's no way. But if you can, share it around. Free gas for all Australians. And while we're at it, apprenticeships should be tax-free. Traineeships should be tax-free. And this one's for you, the Victorian Socialists, the commies down there. All overtime should be fucking tax-free.
Well done, Scotty. He's right. You know, we have the resources in this country, you know. Yeah. And, you know, another thing, our government officials are some of the highest paid in the world. Highest paid government officials in the world. And look what they're doing to this place, guys. All right.
And they deliver nothing.
Deliver nothing. They take everything, mate.
Yeah.
They take everything. But, yeah, that's exactly where we are, guys. We've got nothing. They've given everything away, all our natural resources, you know. You know, sorry, but we'll talk next week. We're going to do a show and have a talk about the politics and that out there, and who's out there and what's out there, because there's fuck all out there, as far as I'm concerned. Come in, Belinda.
We're paying the same that Americans are to our politicians, and there's 330 million of them. There's like 27 million of us, which I think they're bullshitting about just quietly because they're bringing in so many immigrants. But even still, we're paying the same that they're paying in America for all their politicians. Yeah. We're a prisoner planet. We're still prisoners. Great Southern Land prisoners. Why are we paying so few politicians the same amount as America's paying? They're doing jack shit for us.
We're actually paying more. Yeah, we're paying more.
Yeah, more. For bad management.
Okay, here's the next one coming in.
I do need to play this.
The most dangerous bill in Australian history is going to be debated on and possibly voted on in the New South Wales Parliament next Wednesday. This is a bill that would not only have the potential to force the closure of Christian hospitals in New South Wales, but set a terrifying precedent across the country, and it would also force any health worker that's opposed to abortion to be involved in the process of killing an innocent human child. I am urgently calling on the people of New South Wales to join me in Hyde Park next Wednesday at 5 p.m. for this rally. Do not look away now and be silent, because if you do, we will not recognise this country in a decade to come. First they will come for the doctors, then they will come for you. There will be no religious freedom in this country. It will be Christian hospitals, then Christian schools, then the churches, and then you and me in our own homes. If we do not speak up now, this will happen. This bill will pass. Join me next Wednesday at 5 p.m. in Hyde Park, and let's make our voices heard.
I urge you to get there if you can, guys. 5 p.m. is a bit late for me to be doing a show, but yeah, I'd love to get up there and maybe have a chat. But anyway, let's see what the days bring. But yeah, get up there and support it. All right. It's there's a lot of hot topics out there, guys, and we've got to start and activate. Okay, and that's why I wanted these guys on the show tonight while Caz was off doing some other stuff. All right. Get these guys on and just show you how easy it is to do it. You know, no one is a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist or, you know, nothing like that. I mean, you know, I smooth out concrete and Frank cuts hair and Belinda cleans houses, and I don't even know what Steve does. You know, he washes poodles in a dressing gown for people, like with a mankini underneath, but we won't go there, you know. But anyway, none of us are special people.
I was going to say, the best thing we did is 3 to 4 people in groups. So like you might go to your stand and break up in 3 to 4. And on that morning, I mean, it took me 10 minutes to write out a bit of an itinerary, and we virtually we did 12 places in one day. So we started in Gosford, we went to the police, we went to the Central Coast Council in Gosford, we went to the ABC Gosford, we went to media there, went to Triple M. We went to Erina councillors. We then went up to Wyong, the council, the police, the local, the New South Wales state members. We went to Emma McBride, the federal member. And so we ended up knocking 12 places over in one day. That was 3 of us. So,
easy done.
And in the background, you should have this song going, guys. It's On the Road Again. I just can't wait to get on that road again.
I just can't wait.
Seeing places I ain't never seen before. I just want to go on the road again. See, we get out there, we can just, put out pamphlets everywhere, guys. Someone wanted to say what?
I wanted to see Steve Mankini.
Oh, they want to see your mankini now, Steve. Hold off, mate. I'll get you good money for it, bro. We'll put you in the next edition of the Whistle Bar. It's all good. Let me be your manager. Let me be your manager. Okay.
Here we go.
Boys are never happy with the way things are in your life. You must question your government. If things don't seem as they are, you must question them. Don't be frightened to use your voice. Your voice is a God-given gift. If you aren't happy with anything, you must use it. Don't ever be frightened. Don't ever be shut down into the system. That's their system. God gave you a voice to use. And look what's happening. My voice is overpowering because she knows. I've been at the gate for 37 weeks and she knows she's been defeated. You must stand up for your rights, stand up for what is true, stand up for your country, right? And don't let this corporation tell you what is right and wrong.
Frank, you weren't picking on little boys in skirts there, were you?
I asked for the Royal Commission. Our government put a 90-year suppression order on 28 VIP pedophiles.
Picking on little boys in skirts, Frank. Well, them little boys are in the wrong spot, aren't they? You know, whether they'll be little boys or big men, it doesn't matter. And I'm not having a go at them. They're Scottish, mate, and I've worn my kilt before, you know. And yeah,
You know what?
So,
that was a momentous moment because, as I said, they were all lined up. They had their marching band going, and she didn't show up. She shit herself, and she stayed in the room, right? But one of the kids come up to me after. He wanted to know because when I had the instruction and I read the instruction out, it was him who wanted. It was the kids who wanted to know. They actually applauded afterwards, right? But, you know, like there was nothing they could do. And I must have held it up for about 40 minutes, mate. And it was all over Red Rover. I don't know if she ended up coming down because I eventually went down to the gate, you know, but they were actually listening. Those kids were taking it on board, you know. Yeah.
No, that's great, mate. So tonight was an example, guys. I wanted to give you an example of how easy it is to go out there and be the difference. All right. Steve's got his event number there for that area. You know what I mean? Or it's the New South Wales one. But, you know, Craig's telling me you've got to go and get your own. I don't really know about that, guys. Just like to talk about that in the background, okay? But who knows what about what? But as I know, that was a New South Wales event number. Or I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. Yeah, New South Wales. Okay. So we want you other states to have a go, guys. All right, this is how the New South Wales team played. I'd like to introduce the prop forward again, Franco Tedesco. The halfback was Guru, and he never got seen in the whole game. All right, but that's usually what happens to a halfback. Okay, you just got to flick a few things around, which I do in the background. That's how halfback works. All right, we got our strapper down there, Belinda, keeping the boys on the road. You know, healthy, not drinking Red Bulls and doing all the right things. And I think we got Stevie as one of our flying centres, mate. I'd have to call him, you know what I mean? Going straight in there and getting the job done and scoring the tries. So, guys, it's as easy as that. Go and play your own state of origin.
Yeah.
Go and get your event number.
The biggest thing is that, hey, Dave, just one with other states. I mean, if you take in the event number to the other states, say Queensland, and just say, look, New South Wales have an event number. They're investigating the deaths. And say, obviously, that they've got an event number. Can we get an event number, please? So if you use that as a reference, you should be able to get it over the line. You know.
They want the event number in the comments.
Event number, please?
Just whack it in the comments again. It is
breaking up.
Can someone tell me
the event number?
What is it, Franco?
Event number.
Hang on, Steve will tell you. Steve, the event number.
The event number is E83. E83 783 821. E83
There it is.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Final comments, Steve. Final words. Yeah, we probably can.
Mate, final word.
Final words for you, Steve, and then we'll go to Belinda, and then we'll go to Frank, and then I'll close the show.
Final words. Beginning words for me. I think we want obviously the world to come together as one. Australia is the country's being raped because there is no government. So officially, supposedly, the Baron served the Queen in 2001. So the government was ousted then, and that means that Australia has to form new government, and that's virtually what we got to do now. So it's getting, you know, we need 1,000 people at least in Canberra. It'd be good to have an Epic 2 million people at Epic, but we need 1,000 people that want to step in for a job and put their hand up and say, mate, I'll serve 5 years, I'll do 10 years service. That's where I'm.
Yeah. Brilliant, buddy. Belinda.
Love and peace.
My final word is get off your asses. Where are you all? We used to have hundreds of thousands of people in Sydney. We're cracking 20 at the gates. Take the day off. Come to Sydney. Stand on her lawn because we're renting space in that woman's head now. She's worried. We get 1,000 on that lawn, we crank up the Barbies, we pitch the tents, and we don't leave. And every other state will follow. We are so close now to being, you know what, up the you know where. Get off your asses, even if it means bloody walking some flyers. Do what you can. We got to rip this Band-Aid off. We've got so many sick people now. We've got to help them. We've got to help these people. We've got to heal our families. We've all got to red pill each other's families. We've got to get our families back. It's easy to do. It's such a simple thing. That's how it worked for me. Few people that are awake, take them to your family home. You wake up your family. They join you. I heard from my best friend last night. I haven't heard from her for 3 years. Her brother took a witness statement, and the next day she sent me a message. You will get it back. We've been best friends since birth. Get that PDF out there. We've got the PDF. Craig's got it online. We'll send it to Stop the Rot. Download it. If you haven't got the flyers, we can't get them to you. Go to Officeworks. Print them out. Start sharing them out there. Just do something. We are so close to being screwed over. It's not funny. We need everyone in Australia to unite. We've got to drop the bullshit. We've got to unite, and we've got to get this across the line.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll share that sentiment completely. You know, we can't hold it on our own. Like 30 people at the gate's not going to cut it. I need thousands behind me. And like I said, we are in her headspace right now. I'm telling you now, I don't know if Margaret can hold out for too much longer. And I'll tell you, if we get thousands there, I have no doubt whatsoever, she's going to crack. There's no question. But we need big numbers. And you've got to get off your asses and do it. We can't reiterate that any further. You really got to get active in this. One more other thing, and which I want to mention now. Actually, it's quite ironic here. We got Rory Amon is fighting sex charges. Wait, on the 28th of March. Now, we know about 28. So 28th of March, right? Amon is due to stand trial. He's been charged, right? For 10 separate charges, including sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 14. So he's about to be at Manly Court on the 28th of March. There's another opportunity for anyone on the Northern Beaches to, stand in some sort of solidarity. So otherwise, we just let these opportunities walk by and nothing ever happens. We've got to get out there and be proactive. That's it.
Yeah.
Just on that, Frank, who signed him off to get into politics? Wasn't it Margaret Beasley?
Yep.
Governor?
There you go.
Doesn't she sign in everything? Isn't she the head of the snake? That's where we go.
Could well be. Yep. Okay, well, I'm going to put something out there too, guys. If we can get those 1,000 people there and we camp up, I'm camping up with you. All right, I'll come on the Monday and we'll do a live from there. All right, and we keep going. All right, and we see how we go. Obviously, I'm going to have to take off and then come back and do whatever I got to do if that has. But I'm telling you, you can get 1,000 people up there, guys. All right, and get some tents up there. Let's go live from up there. We'll do the show from up there. So
Perfect.
There's your opportunity. All right, no worries. The wife's not looking at me real nice, Frank, but I've put it out there. I get it. So it's done, mate. Let's do it, guys. Come on. I shouldn't even have to do it, but yeah, let's do it. Let's get 1,000 up there. We stay there. So who wants to get committed? Make a difference. Amen. All right.
Amen.
Okay, guys. All right. Look, thanks very much for coming on, Steve, Belinda. Thank you very much. Frank, thank you again. Great work out there, guys. This is the example that the people are setting out there. So we need the rest of your states to pick up your game and chase New South Wales up. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. We're going out with a bit of an old classic tonight. Since we've got a few old classics on the show, this is a great old classic to go out with.
Hi, guys.
Climbing up on Salisbury Hill, I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time nation.